Hello and good day. Today we discuss a telling tale of a daring train robbery. Picture this: a foggy night in Victorian England, the rhythmic clatter of iron wheels on steel tracks cutting through the stillness. A luxurious train, laden with precious cargo and unsuspecting passengers, thunders through the countryside. But lurking in the shadows are daring criminals with a plan so audacious it will go down in history. This is the story of the Great Train Robbery of 1855, a tale of cunning, greed, and intrigue that captivated a nation. The year is 1855, a time when steam locomotives symbolized progress and prosperity. The London to Paris mail train was a marvel of modern engineering, carrying not only letters and parcels, but also a fortune in gold destined for the British troops fighting in the Crimean War. The gold, securely packed in sturdy wooden crates and safeguarded by iron locks, was believed to be untouchable. Victorian society, proud of its technological advancements, placed immense faith in the railway system. Trains were seen as fortresses on wheels, impervious to theft. But on May 15th, 1855, that illusion was shattered by a group of criminals who dared to challenge the invincibility of the iron horse. As the train rumbled through the English countryside under the cover of darkness, the gang of thieves, led by the cunning and resourceful Edward Agar, put their meticulously crafted plan into action. Agar was no common criminal. He was a master forger and a man of extraordinary intelligence. Months of careful preparation had gone into the heist. Agar and his accomplices, William Pierce, William Tester, and James Burgess, had studied the train schedule, security measures, and the layout of the carriages. They even managed to secure inside information from a corrupt railway employee. On the fateful night, Agar and his gang boarded the train at London Bridge Station. Disguised as respectable gentlemen, they blended seamlessly with the other passengers. As the train hurtled through the darkness, the gang made their move. They broke into the secure mail carriage where the gold was stored. Using specially crafted tools, the thieves expertly picked the locks on the gold crates. The sound of iron scraping against iron was muffled by the relentless clatter of the train. In a matter of minutes, the gang had transferred a staggering amount of gold into their bags. But their plan was not without risks. A vigilant guard patrolled the carriage, and discovery would mean certain capture. The gang's nerves were stretched to the breaking point as they worked quickly and efficiently. By the time the train reached its destination, the thieves had vanished into the night, leaving behind only empty crates and bewildered railway staff. The discovery of the theft sent shockwaves through Victorian society. The audacity of the crime was unprecedented, and the press had a field day sensationalizing the heist. Headlines branded it the crime of the century, and tales of the cunning thieves captured the public's imagination. The British government was particularly alarmed, given that the stolen gold had been intended to support troops in the Crimean War. Authorities were under immense pressure to recover the stolen gold and bring the perpetrators to justice. Scotland Yard, still in its early years as a law enforcement agency, took the lead in the investigation. Detectives meticulously traced the movements of the gang, piecing together clues from witness statements and surveillance of known criminal networks. One critical breakthrough came when investigators discovered that the gang had melted down much of the gold to avoid detection. Agar's lavish spending and sudden displays of wealth soon attracted attention. Detectives tracked his activities and eventually apprehended him. James Burgess, one of Agar's accomplices, was arrested shortly thereafter. Facing the prospect of severe punishment, Burgess agreed to turn informant, providing crucial details about the heist and implicating both Agar and Pierce. The trial that followed was a media spectacle, drawing large crowds and extensive press coverage. Agar, despite attempting to maintain his innocence, was convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment. The investigation and trial marked a turning point in British law enforcement, highlighting the need for improved security measures on trains and more sophisticated forensic techniques. The theft exposed vulnerabilities in the railway system, prompting the development of stronger security protocols for transporting valuable goods. Despite the successful prosecution of the thieves, a portion of the gold was never recovered, fueling speculation and rumors about its possible whereabouts. Stories of hidden treasure have persisted for generations, adding a layer of intrigue to an already legendary crime. In a packed courtroom filled with eager spectators, Edward Agar and William Pierce faced the consequences of their audacious crime. The trial, presided over by a stern judge, lasted several weeks, with the prosecution presenting compelling evidence, including Burgess's detailed testimony. Agar, who attempted to downplay his role, was ultimately convicted. The judge sentenced him to penal transportation for life, a severe punishment reflecting the gravity of the crime. James Burgess and William Tester, who had critical knowledge, having worked for the railway companies, received lesser sentencing of penal transportation for 14 years. William Pierce, described as a key player of larceny in the crime, but not an employee of South Eastern Railway, received a lighter, harsh sentence of 2 years of hard labor. The sentences sent a strong message to would-be criminals. Even the most daring and well-planned heists would not go unpunished. The public, who had followed the case with rapt attention, saw the convictions as a triumph of law and order. Despite the convictions, the fate of a significant portion of the stolen gold remained a mystery. Authorities recovered only part of the treasure, leaving historians and treasure hunters speculating about the whereabouts of the rest. The trial and convictions of Agar, Pierce, and Burgess highlighted the growing sophistication of law enforcement in Victorian Britain. The case underscored the importance of collaboration between detectives and informants, and demonstrated the evolving techniques used to solve complex crimes. The Great Train Robbery of 1855 remains a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most brilliant criminal minds can be brought to justice through perseverance, investigation, and the willingness of one man to break ranks and tell the truth. The Great Train Robbery of 1855 remains one of the most audacious and meticulously executed crimes in British history. It exposed vulnerabilities in the railway system and led to increased security measures to protect valuable cargo. The story of the robbery has inspired countless books, films, and documentaries, cementing its place in the annals of true crime lore. Edward Agar, despite his criminal deeds, is remembered as a mastermind whose intelligence and daring left an indelible mark on history. As you listen to the clatter of train wheels on steel tracks, remember this tale of audacity and ingenuity. The Great Train Robbery of 1855 serves as a reminder that even the most secure fortresses can fall to those bold enough to challenge them. And somewhere, perhaps buried in a forgotten corner of the English countryside, the last remnants of that stolen gold may still lie, waiting to be discovered. Thank you for spending your time with me today. If you enjoyed this baffling tale, let me know in the comments. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Lastly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss the next tale. Until then, stay curious, stay thoughtful, and I'll see you in the next story.